Modulushca is a European project that's been launched focused on the consumer good industry, trying to define what would be interconnected logistics in the consumer good industry in the horizon 2030, based on the physical internet concept. So overall, Modulushca has been around doing the first steps into proving that the physical internet and hyper-connected logistics have a future, are very potent for the consumer good industry.
Modulushca, we address two very difficult topics in combination. For developing modular boxes. On the other side, we addressed interconnected logistics. Only the combination of both topics together is the way to success. The classical roles of retailers, manufacturers, logistics service providers, and also from consumers, they will change. So there is a change of role that will change future logistics dramatically.
I see two main challenges. The logistics service providers, they have to cooperate with their colleagues but also competitors. The second challenge is for the shippers. We should build enough trust so the shippers won't be afraid to send their goods in an open system.
The fundamental improvement is a shortening of the supply chain between manufacturer and consumer. The physical internet will make it very easy for consumers to find exactly the product that they want. That if you share your assets, you reach your consumer much more efficiently. Key challenge is to abandon single private view of the supply chain and be much more open.
The idea is to use already existing technologies. We already have secure protocols, communication. To adapt new IT systems, there are not a change in technologies, but they have to make a change in philosophy.
E-commerce will be a massive opportunity to reinvent delivery services with modular boxes, especially last mile delivery to meet the needs of customers who want everything on demand.
Within the Modulushca project, we were in charge of developing the first physical object of the physical internet, the Modulushca box. This really made us aware of a really interesting topic that can change the future in logistics.
Modular units are really critical to the internet, and certainly for the physical internet ideals to be realized. They need to be standard, they need to be adaptable, and they need to fit into the supply chain. The most significant advantages of the modular units that Modulushca created, I think, really come in. They created a standard, they understood the business needs, and most importantly, they generated this idea and came over this concept of being able to link on all four planes, up, down, sideways. And that was something that nobody else had done. So that really was unique.
If we have only modular units, our life would be much easier in logistics, because it means that you can fit everything in the same shape. It's much easier to optimize, and it would be much easier to reduce cost. Has a huge effect in inefficiency of the supply chain. With modular boxes, that inefficiency can be reduced significantly.
What was even more interesting was the size and the scale of the savings. We're looking at something 30% right the way through to 60%.
The containers developed in World Package 3 are just the building blocks of what a physical internet container should be in the future. The aim of Modulushca was to establish a roadmap for future implementation of physical internet. Mainly they have focused in interlocking system.
This project has paved the path for future studies in the domain of supply chain. We are more interested in projects related to other aspects of taking modularized boxes inside the supply chain, and also for horizontal collaborations, in continuing our research in this field and pushing the envelope towards different directions of this research in the future.
Actually, physical internet is getting more and more popular. Unfortunately, we are still coping with some problems, the data sharing and privacy regulations, standardization, willingness for the companies to share their information and to collaborate. We already have some kind of collaboration that's happening on the market. And the Modulushca project is the next step that's going to move it towards the next level, towards the physical internet.
to contribute to something that I think is making a change, is actually doing something. So it's been great fun, a really interesting bunch of people, fascinating problem, and it's always lovely to get involved in something that really has the potential to change things.